Breaking news from Cincinnati. Alex Eala is through to the third round of the Cincinnati Open, and she did it after completely dominating Elena-Gabriela Ruse before the match ended unexpectedly. The Filipino tennis star came out firing from the very beginning. She took the opening set 6-1, continued her incredible momentum into the second set, and quickly moved ahead 3-0. Then came the unexpected moment. Elena-Gabriela Ruse was unable to continue, forcing her to retire from the match. And just like that, Alex Eala advanced to the Cincinnati third round. But don't let the retirement overshadow what happened before it, because Eala was absolutely in control. And this latest performance could be another major sign that the young Filipino star is becoming a serious force on the WTA Tour. Alex Eala starts fast. Alex Eala entered this match with plenty of confidence. The 2026 season has already been a breakthrough year for the rising Filipina star. She has been competing against some of the biggest names in women's tennis, gaining valuable experience with every tournament. And after arriving in Cincinnati as the number 17 seed, expectations were naturally higher. But Eala didn't appear overwhelmed by those expectations. Instead, she looked extremely comfortable. From the opening games against Ruse, Eala immediately started applying pressure. Her movement around the baseline was sharp. Her returns were aggressive, and she consistently forced Ruse into difficult positions. Rather than allowing her opponent to dictate the rallies, Eala repeatedly took control. That aggressive approach quickly paid off. A dominant first set. The first set was almost entirely controlled by Eala. She continued to attack, stayed patient during longer rallies, and took advantage whenever an opportunity appeared. Ruse struggled to find a consistent rhythm, and Eala kept increasing the pressure. Game after game, the Filipina star moved closer to the opening set victory. Eventually, the scoreboard told the story. Alex Eala 6, Elena-Gabriela Ruse 1. A 6-1 opening set at this level is a huge statement, especially at a WTA 1000 tournament where every opponent is capable of producing high-level tennis. But Eala wasn't finished. She came into the second set with exactly the same intensity. Eala keeps the pressure on. Many players can win a dominant first set. The real challenge is maintaining that level once the opponent has an opportunity to reset. Eala didn't give Ruse that opportunity. The second set began, and Eala immediately continued attacking. She moved ahead 3-0. At that point, Eala was only a few games away from potentially completing another dominant straight set victory. But then the match suddenly changed. Ruse was unable to continue. After a brief interruption, the decision was made for her to retire from the contest. That officially gave Alex Eala the victory. Eala was through to the Cincinnati third round, an unusual way to advance. Of course, nobody wants to see a match end because of a retirement. For Ruse, it was clearly an unfortunate situation. But from Eala's perspective, there were still plenty of positives to take away from the match. She had already established a huge advantage before the retirement. She was leading 6-1, 3-0. That means Eala wasn't simply handed an easy opportunity. She had built the advantage herself. Her aggressive tennis had put Ruse under enormous pressure from the opening point. And now, Eala can move forward without having to spend additional time on court. That could actually become valuable later in the tournament. Why the Cincinnati run is important. Cincinnati is one of the biggest tournaments on the WTA calendar. It attracts many of the world's best players and provides an important opportunity to build momentum heading toward the US Open. For Eala, this tournament is another chance to prove that her recent success is not a temporary breakthrough. She is now regularly appearing on the biggest stages. She's facing stronger opponents. She's playing deeper into tournaments. And she's showing increasing confidence. That development is perhaps the most exciting part of her story. A few months ago, many tennis fans were talking about Eala as a promising young player. Now, the conversation is changing. Fans are beginning to ask, how far can Alex Eala actually go? The confidence factor. Confidence can completely change a tennis player's game. And Eala appears to be playing with more belief than ever. When she gets an early lead, she doesn't seem satisfied with simply protecting it. She continues to attack. She looks for opportunities. And she keeps pushing her opponent backward. That mentality can be extremely dangerous at the highest level. Final thoughts. So, Alex Eala is officially through to the Cincinnati Open third round. The match against Elena-Gabriela Ruse ended earlier than expected after Ruse retired, but Eala had already built a commanding 6-1, 3-0 lead. That scoreline tells us everything we need to know about how the match was going. Eala was in control. She was playing aggressively. She was creating pressure. And she was giving Ruse very few opportunities to change the momentum. Now, all eyes turn toward the third round. Can Eala continue this incredible run? Can she defeat another major WTA opponent? Can she go even deeper in Cincinnati? And perhaps the biggest question of all, could Alex Eala be preparing for another major breakthrough? One thing is certain. The Filipina star has given her fans another reason to believe. Alex Eala is through to the Cincinnati third round, and her journey is only getting more exciting. The match didn't finish the way anyone expected, but before the retirement, Eala had already made a huge statement. 6-1 in the first set, 0.3, 0 in the second. Complete control. Now the competition gets tougher, the pressure gets higher, and the spotlight gets even brighter. But if Eala can continue playing with this level of confidence, there is no reason to believe she can't challenge some of the biggest names in the tournament. So what do you think? Can Alex Eala reach the Cincinnati quarterfinals? Let us know your prediction in the comments. And if you're supporting Alex Eala on this incredible journey, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update. Alex Eala is moving forward. Cincinnati is heating up. And the next chapter is just beginning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.